Well, the thing is that I tuned into iHeartRadio to listen to it on WDVE because if I can't watch it, at least I can listen to it. And their app was down, so I couldn't even listen to it. So I had to actually more or less
like look up Chrome or something.
Yeah, I had to
on
do a play-by-play. I think that they have the play-by-play on ESPN, so I was able to at least be able to see graphics of what was going on. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's exactly the nightmare that I thought it was when I gave my prediction last week, because I said it was going to be 38-32, but the Steelers were going to win. Okay, well, Seattle got 31 points. I think it was 31 points. Unfortunately, the Steelers, because during my prediction, I said if the Steelers cannot hold time of possession,
and they did,
and they cannot stop the run, which they haven't shown that they can stop the run for the last 6 or 7 games, okay, and they're not able to run the ball. So both sides of the running game is awful, and it's exactly what I thought it was.
That second half, the defense completely gave up. Because there was some, hope there in the first half. Some interceptions. There was that one fumble that Nick Herbig caught. I don't know if that was in the first half or whatnot. But there was some hope there. And then in the second half, once there was that touchdown from it was a kickoff or a punt or something. I think it was a kickoff. And Caleb Johnson didn't realize that he had to get the ball.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought he didn't touch it or something, but
yeah, I mean that was the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
That was like, okay, what is going on? But my biggest thing, to be honest with you, is defense. We spend so much money on our team for defense.
You expect them to be the best defense in the league.
And Watt and Cam Hayward just got additional money for his contract, and TJ Watt, they got these big contracts, and they can't do crap.
Yeah, those two players are the ones that are least showing improvement or just overall flair. You see people like Nick Herbig, Jalen Ramsey. He's sitting here doing all these effort plays. He's the one that caught that interception. He's the one that deflected receptions and knocked balls away. And
I did see some of the plays, okay? And the thing that really gets me and this happened during the Jets game, okay? And I didn't get to see much of the game last week, but the week before when they played the Jets, and the thing that TJ Watt does, and he consistently does this, and it drives me nuts, is that he over pursues, okay? So he doesn't like Troy Polamalu. When Troy Polamalu would play,
he'd be everywhere.
Yeah, he almost had like a sixth sense. He knew exactly where the ball was. He knew exactly who to tackle. Okay. And TJ Watt doesn't have that. He over pursues. He'll go in a direction like towards the quarterback or the running back got handed the ball, and the quarterback will go like this, and he over pursues. And it drives me
He'd run
nuts.
past them.
Yes, he runs right past them, and it's like, and I know we're seeing it from a bird's eye view. I mean, we're able to see what's going on, okay? But it's like, come on. How many times are you going to do this before you wake up and say, you know what, I'm not going to over pursue this one? I mean, there's already a bunch of people there. He's going to, hopefully he gets tackled. Now, we've been tackling like crap, okay? I mean, they're not tackling. It's like, we're really low in the league when it comes to tackling. Like we have like an 18% or something like that.
The
tackling rate, which is awful.
The pressures are most definitely high, but we should have a lot more tackles and sacks for the amount of times we pressure.
Yeah, we have 18.2% missed tackles.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, that's pushing around 20%. Like a fifth of we're not even tackling the players.
Yeah.
And it's like, this game coming up.
Yeah.
There's no bright spot. There's nothing to sit there and say, okay, we're going to stop the run. Because to be honest with you, they haven't fixed it yet in 6 or 7 games. They're not going to stop the run. There's no way they're going to stop the run.
Well, it doesn't help that whenever you look at the injury list, like 4 players are going to be out. I think one of them is a guard, and then the rest is like Joey Porter Jr., Alex Highsmith, and I don't think it's Patrick Queen. I think Patrick Queen had an illness, or it's oblique, so they don't even say what was wrong with him. Deshaun Elliott, that's who I was thinking of. Those 3 defensive players are out. So the secondary is still going to be questionable. And then Alex Highsmith, you're going to see a lot more of Nick Herbig, which I'm actually kind of excited for. But
last year we
I just don't.
Last year we were 10th in the league, okay, and in yards allowed. By the second game, we were 10th in the league with yards allowed per game, or for those 2 games. We're now 28th in the league. We're 28th in the league. We're allowing 149.5 rushing yards per game. That's a boatload of yards. You're never going to win games if you're giving up 150 yards of rushing. That's just rushing. Okay? You're never going to win a game because you're never going to have time for possession. That's not going to be the case. And all those rushing yards, that's going to just set up the throwing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And everyone's looking at Mike Tomlin now, as if they've been looking at Mike Tomlin. But as of right now, you're questioning he's supposed to make and improve the team, especially the defense, since he's more of a defensive coach.
The Steelers did a lot of different things this year. They did things that are unorthodox. It's not the Steelers' way of doing things. And they got rid of all their quarterbacks last year, got all new set of quarterbacks. They made movements on the offensive line, movements in the defensive line, new players, big contracts. And it's like the coaching didn't change. And the coaching is what matters. And this is why a lot of people want Tomlin fired. Mm-hmm. Because he just coaches the same way. He wants a winning season. Okay, well, that doesn't win you a Super Bowl. A winning season doesn't win you a Super Bowl. We need to be better at coaching. And Tomlin's not the answer because he gets all new players, still coaches the same, and we end up with the same result.
One of my biggest letdowns when I watched this game was DK Metcalf. He's dropped a few passes in this game, and we spent so much money on him. He's supposed to be our wide receiver 1. He's supposed to have the expectations
he
of
did
an
catch
excellent
He
player.
did catch a really nice jump ball in the end zone, right?
He did,
okay.
But he also caught this one ball, which was like a free play because one of the defensive players crossed the.
And he dropped it, didn't he?
No, DK Metcalf actually did.
Oh, he did.
But besides those 2 plays,
I never watched the game. I couldn't watch.
Besides those 2 plays, I saw him drop open balls that went only for like 5 yards that could have went a lot more after the run. But he shouldn't drop those kind of balls. He was wide open.
Yeah, but that's no different than what we had. So you switch one for the other. Because Pickens wasn't that much better. He could catch some circus catches, but he also dropped balls too. And he didn't have near the quality of running that Metcalf has.
I do think Metcalf is a better runner.
Yeah.
But I actually beg to differ on that statement. I actually think Pickens has caught more balls than what we've seen from DK Metcalf so far.
Well, it's only been 2 games.
I
know there's games that Pickens didn't do very well.
My issue with when we had Pickens is that he'd make a catch harder than it would have to be. he would try to catch a ball with one hand when he could have succeeded with two, and it would be a draw.
Well, he also cost us a lot of penalties too.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I mean that hurts.
We did. He did.
Well, we're 22nd in yards per carry. At 4.4 yards per carry. So literally teams, all they have to do is run on us. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They'd get a first down every third carry. I mean, technically.
Now, it's been a week, so I can't remember exactly how the offensive line did, but I didn't actually find myself complaining about the left tackle. What's his name again? Broderick Jones.
Yeah.
I didn't find myself complaining from what I remember. I don't find myself that I was complaining.
I know,
so he did decent this game.
But it's still, I mean, again, I wasn't able to watch the game. I was in Houston. Now, if I was in this area, I'd be able to watch it. But I was in Houston, so I wasn't able to watch the game a whole lot. But it seems to me that Rodgers was still pressured a lot.
He was. The issue that I seen with the offensive line is that
No, I mean, it couldn't have been...
What? My issue that I saw with the offensive line is that they didn't allow any sort of running ability. Like, they didn't open up gaps and stuff for Jaylen Warren all that much.
Yeah, the thing that looks bad on here on the stats is that we only had 13 first downs. That's not a lot of first downs.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to Seattle, which had 21 first downs. And again, that all goes in the time of possession. The more first downs you have, the higher your time of possession is. And I said during my picks last week is that that's what we have to win is time of possession. It used to be the Steelers would own the time of possession. Every game. When Roethlisberger was playing, almost every game, we would own the time of possession.
Even this past year, the Steelers would have more time of possession, but these last two games, the defense just hasn't been showing up, and that's very concerning.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know how they expect. I want these big contracts, and they don't show it on the field that they deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't deserve it. I'm sorry, but it's already. I know it's only the second game, but defensively, they've been playing like this for the last 6 or 7 games, not just these first 2 games.
Yeah, and to see how the players that they got in the off season, how many Pro Bowlers did they get? Like 9 or something. It was just a crazy amount of people that they signed. A lot of more older people as well. So it just seems like to me that they're just wanting to win a playoff game now. And chances to go to the Super Bowl. But they're not looking long term, which is why they got players like Aaron Rodgers, signing Cam Hayward again, and just what they've been doing over the past 6 months.
Well, we just signed that Jawan Bentley, and he was a linebacker that actually came from New England. And he was captain for like 4 years in New England, but he got injured last year in the second game. Not quite sure what injury he had. He tore something, I think. But what gets me is they get a player like that, and he's going, from what I understand, on the practice squad. And it's like, okay, how's that going to help us if he's on the practice squad?
How old is he?
He was drafted in 2018.
All right, so
I don't know.
For an offensive lineman, that's
Well, he's a defensive. He's a linebacker.
He's a linebacker.
That's what I'm saying. Another defensive player, as if that's going to help the run. It's like, so I kind of got the idea that he's going to go on the practice squad. And I'm like, okay, well, that's nice, but how's that helping our run if he's not playing?
Mm.
And that's what I'm saying. And we have all these players out.
Yeah, you want to talk about this upcoming game and just our overall expectations of how the Steelers will do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a bad game. It was a bad couple of games just to start the season. And just the defense worries me. This upcoming game is going to be at the Patriots, so this isn't a home game. Would you say that the Steelers normally do better at away or home?
Well, that's another thing. That's another thing I said last week. Certain teams, when you go play them at home, they're hard to beat. Okay? The Steelers isn't one of them. The Steelers you can beat on their field. And it's pretty depressing
The Steelers,
when it's their home opener and they lose.
The Steelers are a very good travel team in terms of like the fan base and just how much they. I remember seeing the Las Vegas Raiders game at Las Vegas, and it was packed. And Las Vegas Raiders, the Raiders travel from one place to another, but it was packed with Steelers. I don't think this is going to be the case with the Patriots. I think that there will be a significant amount of Patriot fans. So,
well, the thing
I don't think this would be good for the Steelers.
Yeah, one thing I know about this last game is that it seems like our offense was really flat. We only had 72 yards of rushing, okay? But we weren't even really throwing it downfield.
We weren't.
There seems like there was no,
they tried
synergy there.
They're trying to do more screens. I noticed that. They've been trying to do that with the.
They're using probably their tight ends.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking. It seems like they're using that tight end formation.
Well, I know that the offensive coordinator, he's big on that.
Yeah, three tight end.
Yeah. But going into this, you always do your picks first. I'll let you take it over on what you think.
So I think the way that we've seen the defense, the offense hasn't really been... Like, the first game wasn't bad. This past game, the offense was struggling, and special teams had some issues, especially with Caleb Johnson, which, by the way, he's not going to be the returner anymore. It's been confirmed by Tomlin that he took Caleb off the return team or position. I'm going to say that I think the Patriots will win. It seems like when the Steelers play against the Patriots, and I'm not saying this is a Tom Brady thing and just how many times he's beaten the Steelers, but I just think even over the past few years, the Steelers just haven't been able to beat them. Just seems like a pretty common situation when we play against the Patriots, and just how bad the Steelers defense has been. I think the Patriots will win. When I look at the games that the Patriots have played, they did beat the Dolphins, and the Dolphins haven't been great this year either.
No.
But the Patriots beat the Dolphins 33-27.
Well, that's not much different than our first
game. Yeah. That's not much different. The Patriots lost against the Raiders in their first game. It was 20-13, which kind of reminds me of this most recent game with Steelers against the Seahawks, where it seems like the Steelers weren't able to pick it up with the offense. So seeing that the Patriots picked things up this most recent game, getting 33 points, and just this seems like the Steelers actually did worse.
Yeah.
This most recent game, I could only expect it to almost be like it seems like it's a killer.
Yeah.
From my perspective, that the Steelers, the defense might not. I don't think it will be any better, just because it seems like they're in this sort of downhill spiral of just this is the norm for them this year.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard for them to pick up the pace. I just think that the Patriots will be the overall winner.
What do you think score will be?
The score, I think it will be closer, because I don't think the Patriots are better than the Seahawks. So I think that the score will be. I think the score will be 20 to 23.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess. I think it's going to be the Steelers losing 20 to 23. That's my tight guess.
Well, I'm almost to the point where I'm like you. But Mike Tomlin was a defensive coordinator, okay? And he came on to Pittsburgh. And our defense has not been very good, even though we're the top ranked or top paid defense in the NFL. We haven't been playing well at all. Something's going to have to change. There's going to have to be some of those captains stepping it up. TJ Watt's going to have to start playing better, and he has not. Cam Hayward's going to have to start playing better, and he has not. I think it's going to determine whether or not, like, Patrick Queen is going to be playing, or Patrick Queen, and whether or not, some of these other defensive players, like Joey Porter, is he out? Is he playing?
Yeah, Joey Porter is going to be out for this game.
Okay, now that's
a concern.
That's a concern. Okay. I do believe that they're going to be able to run on us. I don't think it's going to be to the extent that Seattle was able to, because from what I understand, their running back's not as good as Seattle's. But it could also open up the
throwing game.
It's one of those things where I think the Steelers do play better when they're an underdog, and they're an underdog in this game. So they both have a 1-1 record, Patriots and Steelers. But I'm going to pick the Steelers. I'm not going to pick them by much, but I think it's going to be 17-14 Steelers. I think it's going to come off of the leg of Boswell. I think he's going to be the difference.
No, you think Boswell's going to get
Well, I think he's going to probably
few field goals.
No, it's going to be 17-14. I wouldn't be surprised he wins the game for us in last minute, because I just think that it's going to be a much smaller, not as high scoring.
So you're thinking like a 14-14.
Yeah.
1 minute left, 50-yard kick.
Yeah, that one game, he had a 60-yard against, against the Jets. He had a 60-yard.
Yeah, and that was the ender right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So I think that's what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. That's a fair.
But again, this may be the last time I pick them, because if they can't control time of possession again, and they allow people to run the running back to run all over them, this is going to be a long season, because the games coming up after this game are even going to get tougher. We got some really tough games coming up.
Now, just since you're mentioning upcoming games,
yeah,
I did hear that Joe Burrow has they call it turf toe or something
Oh,
like that.
that's tough.
Yeah, where they pulled the ligament in their toe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
bad.
he's on a 3-month healing process, or like I don't know. I'm assuming it's a complete tear, so that he has to get surgery or something. That's my
So
guess.
he's not playing.
But he's not going to be playing for 3 months.
I heard he was out, but I didn't know for how long and what the injury was.
Yeah, so I don't want to like put an injury off as if it's a good thing, because it's not. But in terms of like opportunities for the Steelers, there's some wiggle room for them there.
Yeah, but the problem with the Steelers is that we never beat a really good team. So we have this game coming up, but then the next game is against the Vikings.
The Vikings haven't been good.
Oh, they haven't?
No. And this is going to be in Ireland. So that's an early game for the Steelers. Here, let me look it up here.
Then we play the Bengals, and you're saying that he's injured, but then we're playing the Colts. The Bengals again.
Yeah, the Vikings is at 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
So that's going to be that's an early game.
Oh, we're playing why is this in this direction? We're playing the Browns after the Vikings. And then we're playing the Bengals, then the Packers. There's a loss right there. Then the Colts. That could be a loss.
Yeah,
then the Chargers. That's a loss.
That's not good.
So we could literally lose. We're probably going to lose 5 of our next 6 games. Easily.
Yeah, since you're just looking at this list.
Then we play the Bills, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Lions. We're gonna have this will be the first losing season for the Steelers.
Yeah, when I look at this list, the ones that I can look at and go, maybe, or like more towards the Steelers, it's probably Dolphins, Bears, Browns both times. But
the Browns play us tough, though.
Yeah, I know, because they're a divisional rival. That was just a joke. That was a joke, Dad. That was a joke.
But we're playing at the Bears.
Yeah, it's just going to be tough. It's just going to be tough.
We're lucky if we'll be lucky if we win 7 games this year.
Yeah, I think saying 6 games is pretty generous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just going to be really.
It's just frustrating. It's a frustrating year. There's not much excitement. There's not really much to look forward to.
Yeah, because at least last year when the Steelers defense showed up, they started out really good. Like I remember them having the least amount of points allowed for the first 5 or so.
But
games.
even when our offense would have a bad day, you could always sit there and go.
At least the defense can.
You would always sit there and like root for our defense to score a touchdown. Seriously. And now you don't even have that to root for. Because there would be times you'd watch the game, you'd be like, yeah, but our defense could get an interception and score a touchdown. Especially when, I keep on mentioning Troy Polamalu. I can't tell you how many times he's got an interception and ran it for a touchdown. It's like, and you always had that thought, wow, we could score points on defense. We don't even have that going for us anymore.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yep.
So that's going to be it. Let me just end off in prayer and.
Okay.
All right. Lord, I pray over all the players and fans that will be attending and traveling this weekend to football games, Lord, and I pray over the injuries that have occurred, including Joe Burrow's injury on his toe. I hope that heals up as good as normal, Lord, and the process of any sort of long-term injury that has occurred for any player this year can heal up faster than than what was normally expected, Lord. And I want to just pray, continuously pray over the family of Charlie Kirk as the memorial is going to be at Arizona this weekend. I pray for anyone that's going to be in attendance there, and there's going to be a lot of people, and I just pray that everyone will attend that in safety and leave in safety as well, Lord. And I pray all these things in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Well, we'll see you next week. Let's hope the Steelers win. Hope you're wrong. I hope I'm wrong for the rest of the season.
Trust me, I hope I'm wrong too. I don't want the
I hope
Patriots
well, hey, before we leave, there's only one good thing is we might be 1-1, okay? But the good thing is that the Chiefs are 0-2. That's all I got to say.
All right, guys, that's going to be it. Don't forget to check out gapgab.com, and we'll see you guys next time.